Hello, I'm Jordan Snow and I'm a third year photography student.
What started your passion for taking photographs?
When I was at college, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I did art and design, and then from there I used the camera and enjoyed it.
What photographers would you say inspire your work the most?
For portraits, Noel McDiarmid, because the way he shoots is quite nice. Even though a lot of the time he don't always use digital, his pictures are just amazing. And then Gregory Crewdson for everything else, because his workflow is just so nice compared to everyone. It comes across as almost fantasy, and that it just comes through in my work as well. So.
Yeah, I like that style. What kind of photography camera and equipment would you say is your go-to when on a shoot?
My go-to is my Nikon D7200, because I just like my Nikon. It's what I'm used to, and a 50mm 1.4 lens, because then I just get more creative with a prime lens that you can't, change. So you have to move forward or step back, and then that's what works for me.
Out of all your projects, which would you say the one you're most proud of and why?
You might hate me for this, but it's not one of my university projects.
You can say it anyway.
Yeah, it's my college project, and I did a Vogue one.
Did you? That's
Yeah,
so cool.
I got really lucky because my auntie is a professional makeup artist, and then she asked if I wanted to do a photo shoot with an actual Vogue model. And
incredible.
it came in perfect time. So I put my all into that. Got distinction quite easily, but the experience of working with people in the industry was nice, but nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
But after, I felt so confident, and
I bet you did.
I don't know how to explain it. It's a nice feeling, but yeah, that was probably one of my best projects so far.
Do you have any industry experience? If so, tell me more.
I've had the experience of shooting with my auntie, professional makeup artist and things, so that was a surreal experience for me. I won the Spark and Hoe Art Society award thing, and I got £150. So that was again when I was at college. I just got entered by my lecturer, which was quite nice, and then the Cube Photographer of the Year. I got into the final with 2 different pictures, and I was like, but I didn't win. So I'm going to go back and win that at some point. So
I love the passion.
I will win it, I guarantee you.
I believe you.
Over the next few years, I'll get that little trophy. So I've done things like working for the Qipao Society fashion show, which got shown in China. I've done loads of weddings. The first few, obviously, you get really nervous, and you always get nervous before them, but when you're there, you're perfectly fine.
What lens is your favourite for photography?
I don't really have a favourite lens, because if I'm doing weddings, I'll use a 17 to 55mm lens, which is my go-to wedding lens. I can use that for everything. But for every day, I would probably say my 50mm 1.4.
Yeah.
That's just my favourite lens.
Among all the camera equipment you own, is there one you wish you hadn't bought, and why?
I brought a drone, and I just don't use it enough, so I'm going to end up selling it. So I kind of wish I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, I would have spent the money on something that I didn't need. So.
What drone was it?
A Mavic Air. So I spent £1,000 on it.
Wow.
Yeah,
I brought one of those, and my dad crashed it into the garden fence. In the field, what are your settings?
It literally depends on what you do.
Yeah, it depends where you are.
One of the hardest things to do is a wedding, and then if it goes from sunny to raining, your settings can change a lot. So there's no real way to kind of answer that. But I mean, depending on confetti shots, for example, you can turn the shutter speed all the way up, so you can catch it in mid-air, so it's not blurry. And then if you want to capture like a certain moment of them kissing, you can drop the aperture down to like 2.8. I always shoot raw when I'm doing everything, because if I mess something up, you can save it when you're shooting raw.
What kind of tools do you use for post-processing?
I've experimented with post-processing quite a lot, and quite a few people on the course haven't. So
Yeah.
I've used Photoshop, Lightroom, Camera Raw, Bridge, and there's probably others, but they're
There's a
my...
lot, isn't there?
Yeah, I personally like Camera Raw and Lightroom because I just find them easy to kind of like
Yeah.
manage my pictures.
Is there one thing specifically you wish you knew before you started taking photos?
That there's not as much money in photography as what I first thought,
Yeah.
unless you want to do things like weddings and high-end fashion. But even then, it's very competitive.
Yeah.
So you've got to be like the best of the best.
Thank you.
It's all good.